Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, inputs and equipment provided under the Farmer Certification Program to boost competitiveness on the global market. Prime Minister scared to engage the Police Welfare Association over salary concerns and job classification. And government announces advanced plans to build a new police training school. The details coming up.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
First up in the news, the Ministry of Agriculture is taking steps to ensure Dominica's agricultural produce remain competitive on the global market. Andrea Louis has a report.
Several inputs and equipment were handed over to farmers under the Farmer Certification Program on Thursday to help with their level of productivity on the farm. The certification program is part of DOMGAP, or Dominica Good Agricultural Practices, to ensure the country's fresh produce maintains a competitive edge. Director of the Dominica Bureau of Standards, Midian LaRocque, says Dominica must adapt to the changing global standards for fresh produce.
Over the years, requirements for meeting the regional and international markets for agricultural produce have widened. There is an increase in the adaptation of GAP and port entry requirements which are used worldwide. It makes it harder for the agricultural produce of the Commonwealth of Dominica to be exported. With the help of the farm assurers, the farmers can meet the requirements that are needed for the international and regional markets. In the Caribbean, main suppliers of the agricultural produce to the regional and international markets come from islands such as St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Vincent, and the Dominican Republic, which provides competition for the agricultural produce exported from Dominica.
The donation of farm inputs and personal protective equipment, PPE, is supported by the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, IECA.
Specifically today, we are handing over inputs and materials to improve a number of farms to meet the requirements of the national GAP standards. We are not providing all what is required, we're just providing a few items. But more so, our emphasis is based on an audit that was undertaken on a number of farms in Dominica, and we identify some of the priority areas that we need to address to ensure that these farms are closer to what the national GAP requirements are. So our emphasis was on occupational health and safety. That is basically the safety of the operators, the farmers in the administering of pesticide and other actions, pesticide storage, signage, and record keeping.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Reginald Thomas, says the government remains committed to improving the country's agriculture sector.
We will continue to work. We provide some of the farm assurers are part of the ministry staff. And so we'll continue to provide and lend that kind of support. We will continue to work with the farmers to ensure that they understand where they need to go. Because there are two main things that comes out of, or three main things that comes out from any certification system. Access to markets, food safety, and the third and most important one is environmental sustainability. And all of us have a part to play, all the institutions have a part to play in ensuring that we maintain these three very important aspects of our environment, our country, our society.
The Dumb Gap Unit was established in April 2017 for implementation of the Fresh Produce Quality Control Act.
In other news now, they have been challenged that they are joining the service at a time when much more is demanded from the police. The 28 officers of the 34th Recruits course who graduated on Wednesday are joining the service at a time when the police service itself is under greater scrutiny from within and from the public. Wednesday's graduation marked the end of an intense 4 months of training. The chief instructor says the 6-month course was condensed into 4 in response to the significant number of vacancies and the urgent need to increase human resource capacity.
These 28 recruits standing here before you today have successfully survived these intense 4 months of training, and for that they should be complimented. The level of determination, courage, enthusiasm, and eagerness to learn demonstrated by these 28 recruits, police recruits, was most impressive. In fact, I have been advised that in the 51 years of existence of this training school, that this is the second time a class of recruits achieve 100% pass mark.
Graduates were told their training did not end with graduation and that they should always strive for excellence.
You are only now qualified for a life of policing where you will be both instructor and student. Policing is a passion and a profession. It must never be regarded as a monthly paying job. Policing is a lifestyle of dedicated commitment to country and to the defense of the public and the state. You are now qualified to be the first responders to protect and preserve the rule of law.
Police Constable number 227, Delroy John Charles, was awarded the Baton of Honor. John Charles also obtained prizes for Best Recruit, Best Drills, and Best at Defense. Meantime, Police Chief Daniel Carbon has cautioned the newest cohort of 28 officers to join the service to honor God and the oath they've taken as new police officers. Chief Carbon told graduates on Wednesday their training would now continue on the job, but they must learn quickly.
The oath you have taken is solemn and binding between yourselves and the people to serve them with a high level of professionalism, regardless of their race, color, creed, or class. You must understand that 6 months of recruit training cannot by itself make you the police officer that you aspire to be. Always respect yourselves and serve everyone with respect and dignity. Be humble to the people you serve and respect authority. To be a successful police officer, you must be disciplined. The police force is a disciplined organization which is regulated by laws, and there is no place in the police force for officers who are ill-disciplined or violate the criminal code.
The new officers have also been encouraged to avail themselves of opportunities to further their education in police-related fields and to engage with the public at all levels.
I exhort you to return to the various communities where you came from. Build partnerships with people in these communities. You must have genuine, meaningful relationships with people in those communities. You must do so by visiting the schools and participating in their activities. Be involved in their PTA meetings and serve on the PTA as active members. Visit the parish priests and pastors and dialogue with them ever so often. Foster good relationships with sports clubs and youth groups. Also work with the farmers and fisher folks. Foster good and healthy partnerships with communities where you serve and also where you live.
The National HIV AIDS Response Program to employ new strategies to test a wider cross-section of the population. This as the department will engage in talks with different institutions to then execute targeted testing. Coordinator of the National HIV AIDS Response Program, Lester Guy, says business places in particular will benefit from this new approach.
I've said to some of the business places I've gone to that because of their working hours, sometimes it's difficult for persons to live. And if we are offering testing, to come and spend an hour at the National HIV and AIDS Response Program. Sometimes some people come and they tell you, oh, I have to go back to work, my lunch hour is almost over. So one of the goals, one of the objectives of meeting with these business places is also saying, why not we do targeted testing with your institution or your group or your organization? So we know on that specific day we are testing for Caribbean International Bank, and the staffing will know that that is going on. So nobody feels that they're pressured to run back to work, not complete the test, or say, oh, the council might take too long, I'll have to do it another time. So that is one of the things that we're trying to do.
NAP has already begun discussions with some business places to help spread awareness on safe sex practices and HIV testing. Guy notes, however, that stigma and discrimination remain an obstacle in ensuring affected individuals get the care and treatment they need.
We are still concerned about stigma and discrimination, and that is one of the greatest challenges that we have, because that is what is keeping people from getting and enrolling in care. And once that is happening, that means persons will not get in care and persons will still die of AIDS if they're not placed on medication and not in care. So that is very important for us.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
When persons with TB sneeze or cough, healthy persons nearby breathe in the droplets and the bacteria can lodge in their lungs. People with weakened immune systems such as HIV AIDS, alcohol and drug users, smokers, children, and the elderly are most susceptible. Persons with a cough should take precautions when in contact with persons in public places. Cover your mouth when sneezing and coughing. Visit your doctor or health center. You must complete your treatment. TB can be cured even with HIV. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB and HIV. Protect yourself and others.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. Prime Minister scared to meet with the Police Welfare Association in an attempt to address their concerns over salary and conditions of work. The Police Welfare Association has been making representation for salary increase, but in the Prime Minister's view, government's job classification exercise will more adequately address that issue. Mr. Skerritt spoke briefly on this at the police graduation ceremony on Wednesday.
I give the police my continued commitment to working with you to continue to improve the condition of work. We know that there are issues relating to salaries, though I know you asked for 15, 15, 15, but you agreed to 2.5 and 2.5 and 2.5, and even 0 in 1 year. But I believe, and I believe most of us believe, that the route to go to addressing the issue of remuneration for the police force is through a reclassification exercise. And this will, in our mind, will, in a systematic manner, address the issue of remuneration. So I intend to meet with the police welfare and, of course, the the membership of the police force so we can engage ourselves, because this is our country. This is our country. And therefore, we have to recognize that we all need to work together to make this country what we all would like it to be. And the question is, what is going to be our individual and collective contribution to this endeavor?
The Prime Minister congratulated graduates and thanked them for helping to provide security for the country.
For a country to prosper, for a country to attract foreign direct investment, for a country to be able to create jobs and to get in foreign exchange, the country must be safe. And if we're unable to get these things going, getting foreign direct investments and jobs, the question we have to ask ourselves, who will be affected? Because at the end of the day, for the vast majority of us in this country, Dominica will be the only place we'll be able to call home. Dominica will be the only place we can reside. And therefore, our contribution to this effort of creating a tranquil and peaceful and safe Dominica is not only a duty of the police, but for the entire nation.
Minister for National Security Reuben Blackmore says plans for construction of a new police training school with modern facilities are at an advanced stage. Mr. Blackmore says this new facility is critical as it will make special provision for training of female recruits. The fact that all of Wednesday's graduates were males is a consequence of a lack of suitable training facilities for female officers.
Since Hurricane Maria, we have not been able to train and enlist female officers. A dynamic police force, therefore, must make accommodation for both genders. And in that regard, the new training school construction will ensure that both women and men are provided with adequate and equal opportunity for training in the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. We have already seen that the old structure has been demolished, and currently we are going through the procurement process for the actual construction of a new training school.
The National Security Minister has also emphasized the importance of community policing and is calling on the entire police force to support the program.
I'm also pleased to announce that the government has recently appointed a community policing consultant in the person of Mr. David Michael, a former Scotland Yard police, to assist with a national community policing program. If at all the police force is to uphold and preserve the core principle upon which the police force was established, that element of suspicion that exists between the police and public must be addressed. And I'm convinced that community policing is the answer.
Blackmore says a decision has been taken to expand the police force to 600. And the Ministry of Education successfully wrapped up a two-day workshop reviewing the preliminary draft of the country's education sector plan. Here's Andrea Louis with more.
The Education Sector Plan is a long-range plan for long-term incorporation of Dominica's vision for its education system. This plan sets the purpose and direction for education, including monitoring and evaluation mechanisms. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education says the preliminary draft of the Education Sector Plan covers the year 2020 to 2025.
This plan builds on work which was already done on a diagnosis of the education system in Dominica a few years ago by Dr. Didicus Jules. This education sector plan provides a roadmap for the Ministry of Education to follow to improve the provision and governance of education over the next few years. This plan is guided by our vision every learner succeeds.
Hyacinth explained the education sector plan responds to Dominica's development priorities and is informed by a number of regional and international documents.
The areas addressed in the document are addressed in a number of ways. Firstly, it highlights the main policy issues. And the main policy issues to be addressed in this document includes issues relating to access, issues relating to participation, quality of our education system, how relevant is this what we have, and issues relating to governance, management, and finance.
The plan is also geared at better preparing children for the world of work.
Some of the strategies will include how do we improve equitable access? How do we improve participation in education? In particular, how do we build skills for the economy of Dominica? And how do we encourage more participation in skills training, in vocational training? Strategies to strengthen quality, relevance of education, and so in the long term, improving our learning outcomes.
The development of the education sector plan is being funded by the Canadian government through the Caribbean Development Bank. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. Inputs and equipment provided under the Farmer Certification Program to boost the competitiveness on the global market. Prime Minister scared to engage the Police Welfare Association over salary concerns and job classification. And the government announces advanced plans to build a new police training school. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You may access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.